Alrighty then. This morning is a relatively short video about the solar BA9 battery tester. I've wanted something like this for a while, and after I first saw one when I had my car in for maintenance. They pulled something like this out and tested the battery in just a few seconds without putting it under a load, and I was interested in how these worked or where you could get them from. And anyways, I got this one a couple of years ago and I've used it, and it's pretty accurate. If it says a battery is bad, the battery is bad, at least for high current operations. For short-term, low current stuff, the batteries probably would still be good or good enough. But it's mostly designed for starting batteries and maybe marine batteries, sealed lead acid batteries. Forgive my voice, I'm recovering from a bit of a cold. The thing is, it's powered by the battery itself. There's no batteries in this. If we zoom in on the back, you can see what kind of batteries it supports. The test it can do a starting system test, charging system test, ripple detection, conventional. It can test the following batteries: conventional flooded battery, AGM spiral wound, AGM flat plate battery, AGM designated start-stop battery, enhanced flooded start-stop battery, gel cell battery. Can tell if it's been improperly connected, and it will ask you if the battery has been charged, if it seems like the voltage is a little low. I haven't tested this in the charging system test yet, and probably won't do it in this video. Although it's not designed to do it, it will test batteries like this if you know the information to look up, or how you can find the information to configure it correctly. So we're going to start with a couple of batteries like this, and then I'm going to move through some of the other batteries I have. These are Panasonic batteries. They were pulled out of old UPSs, and they don't measure cranking amps or cold amps. They're not marked with a DIN, a DIN number, and they're not marked with an EN number. So I had to do some Googling and found a data sheet on them, and the number you're looking for on these data sheets is the max discharge current, or max short duration discharge current. In this case it says 90 amps. So that's the closest you're going to get to cranking amps. So let's zoom out here, and then actually let's see if we can get all this in the shot, and zoom in a little bit so you can see. So we're going to start with these batteries. These are pretty old batteries. If I'm reading this date code correctly, this is from 2010, and this one is also from 2010. So let's see what these come out, or measure out, or how they test. So this one shows the voltage of the battery, 12.87. This has not been charged in a while, which that seems like it would be a good battery. And SLI is sealed lead acid. We're going to go with AGM flat, because that's what this is. And then we're going to go to cranking amps. And the lowest this will go is 70. So we're going to put this as 90. And then the next thing you do is you just press enter and it will test the battery. And it says the battery is bad. It's not clear, but this number here below the voltage, if you can make sure you can see that, it says 16. That's the actual maximum current this says that this will probably put out. It's what it says its cranking amps are. So it says that's bad. Now 16 amps is still pretty good if you were going to power some small device like an old radio or a CB or something for a short period of time. But this battery is pretty much bad. It's 10 years, it's 9 years old. So now we're going to move over to this other one. And this one, I had tested it previously and it said it was good, but it wanted to know if it had been charged because the voltage was low. And although it passed it, it said to charge it and retest it. So that's what I did. I charged it up, and so we're going to retest it. 24. So this one's slightly better than this one, but still considered a bad battery. However, I can tell you, I've used these to power things, small devices, and they work fine, but they don't work for much else. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to move to another small battery. After that, I'm going to go in my house and test several batteries. I won't be talking at that point, because if I'm in my house and I try to do a video, both my wife and my cat cats think I'm talking to them, and they'll interrupt. So stand by. Okay, so this next battery is basically kind of a generic battery I got on sale at Radio Shack just before they went out of business. This one says that its max discharge current is 105 amps, which is, interestingly enough, it's more than the Panasonic. So I've installed it on my the lawnmower that you saw I worked on previously, and so let's see if we can test this. This is difficult to do one-handed, and we don't want to short things. Alright, so 12.99 volts, AGMF, cranking amps, we're going to go up to 105 and test. 76. It says it's bad, but I wonder if that data sheet is exaggerating. Let's change it to more like 90. Yeah, it says it's okay now. So now I'll move into the house, and then I'm going to go out and test the battery in the jump starter in my car. Okay, so we are in the back of my car with the PS 1100 that I had fixed a while back. I don't have the specs on the exact battery that's in this, but it's pretty much the same as the PowerSonic. This one I've got here, and it gives its max short duration discharge current is 180 amps. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this on, and then we're going to connect the battery tester to these terminals. That may give us a bit of a weird reading since this is in circuit, but let's see what happens. Alright. So this is also AGMF, cranking amps. We're going to go 180. And it says it's bad, but I have a feeling that it's because it's in a circuit here. This thing has some circuitry that's probably interfering. I know it's not bad because I've actually started a car with it, and unfortunately there's no way to open this thing up easily and test it without the circuitry. So I think that's it. Later.